Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 11, Episode 1 of Eldritch Horror, and we are on Turn 1 of our Black Go to the Woods gameplay through. We're going to go back to our Twin Blasphemies Prelude card. We've got something to add on to that we didn't go through. We'll also read our Spawn of the Black Goat mystery card, and then we'll jump right into Turn 1. Before we go, quick shout out to Pontos Fathom Press, 3-volume Catu journals out of Lovecraft's Providence, Genealogy of Cthulhu by August Moldenhauer, Psychoanalysis of Rillier, and Archaeology of Yog-Sothoth. Perfect way to support the channel. Lovecraftian, weird fiction. Check them out in the bookstore link below, and our other books. You can help us out to support the channel. You can also support us by liking and subscribing the video if you so please. We really appreciate it. A lot of you still aren't subscribed. We're really trying to grow the channel and get people to recognize us. Really appreciate your comments as well, so please do keep reading those, keep leaving those, and we do read them all. Also, you can check out our other links below. We're starting to post the playlists across the other channels, and they're actually growing faster than our YouTube channel, believe it or not. So we've got things out on Odyssey, on Rumble, and on BitChute as well. So if you are on alternate video platforms, please give us a shout out there. You can also check us out on Twitter, and a number of other number of other alternate socials. So we're out there. And we're starting to build up our Board Game Geeks profile too, starting to put links there. So thank you guys for your support. We'd like to get to live game streaming. We'd like to bring you guys along, and let's start out with the conversation either here or in our Patreon, and then we can move it on to the live stream when we get going. Okay, first update is in the Blasphemies of the Black Goat Prelude card. I forgot this one thing that says, after resolving the setup, each investigator improves strength and will. So I've got the improve tokens for each of them, and we'll just go ahead and put a strength +1, a strength +1, and a strength +1, and a will +1, +1, +1. So this is making me think that our characters are in for some big trouble if they're already compensating us with some extra stats. So we'll see what happens. The other one is, let's read the Spawn of the Black Goat mystery card. So it says the Black Goat, twins blasphemies, will prepare the world, destroying any potential challenge to their mother's reign. One of the pair, Nug, has begun its dreadful task. When this card enters play, spawn the Nug epic monster on the Amazon. At the end of the Mythos phase, if the Nug epic monster has been defeated, solve this mystery. Okay, so easy enough. We just have to put the Nug on the Amazon. Now the problem with Nug is, you can see from our Blasphemies of the Black Goat, it says the Nug epic monster's toughness is investigators +4, so he's got a 7 toughness. And then it says also, while resolving the Nug epic monster's reckoning effect, if the ghoul monster cannot be spawned, investigators lose the game. So we can instantly lose if we don't spawn a ghoul. So we have to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. I think since our retired redeemed cultist, Diana Stanley, is so close, let's have her grab a reroll token, and she will travel. Let's just check her actions out. It says, if there is a cultist monster on your space, discard all monsters on your space. Reduce the horror of monsters you encounter to 1. So these are some actions that she has. We'll give her this focus token, and we will move her to fight this Nug. Now, in all fairness, she does have a wither spell, where she can gain +3 to combat, and she also can gain +1 when resolving a spell effect. So she can basically increase her lore and use her wither spell. So this is pretty good. She can also reduce the monster's horror to 1. So this helps her a bit. So it says, the lodge is not as innocent as they pretend. I have learned that nothing is ever as it seems, myself including. Okay, so she's a tough cookie, so I think she should be fine against the Nug, but let's see what happens. Jim Culver, let's have him. Each investigator on your space reduces sanity. Investigators on your space may roll 1 additional die when resolving a test during combat encounters. So can he somehow get to that space with her? The problem is that's a path. So it's not like he can take a train there or something. So he will not be able to join her there. So I'm going to say let's have Jim try to get, he'll try to acquire an asset. So he'll roll his, he'll do a roll to try to update that. And he gets an asset of 1, which is the alchemical concoction or the research student. Yeah, let's give him this alchemical concoction. Gives him +5 during combat, so that'll help him. He can trade that in when he needs to. He also already has a clue. So maybe we can have him move on to Istanbul. So he'll just move into Arkham for now, and he can try to gain a spell. He'll go that way, and he'll leave Diana Stanley to take care of the Nug by herself. Let's see how well she does. Trish Garbo, the spy. She says if she doesn't have any clues, she gains 1 clue. And if an investigator in your space spends a clue to re-roll a dice, you may re-roll up to 2 dice instead. Let's have her go right to Istanbul, and she will try to retrieve that clue, and she will also grab a focus token as well. Okay, so that's going to do it for our... That will do it for our actions phase. Let's go into the encounter phase. We'll start with our lead investigator, the redeemed cultist Diana Stanley. She will fight the Nug, and the Nug has the Nug is going to get a -1 to horror, so the horror is reduced. So that's good for her. So let's have her roll her test first. And she passes her horror test. Now for her combat, she can test her lore, and she gains +1 when testing a lore. So let's give her a roll to test her lore, which she passes, which means she's going to get +3 to her strength for this encounter. So she will have strength of 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's go ahead and... she passed the will attack. Let's have her pass the strength attack. And she gets 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to the monster. She is able to... so the monster has 3 left. She takes some damage from that. So we will damage her. But let's have her go 1 more round. Again, she'll roll her will test. She passes. She automatically gets her strength test. So again, she rolls 5, 6, 7, 8. So tons of 5s here. So the Nug has been killed. And as per Diana's task, she can place a monster on the card. This monster had 7 of the 8. So she's halfway there to her victory condition for her... bound by the past redeemed. So she's going to win her redeemed with that 7. She just needs 1 more monster kill. Next up, Jim Culver, going to have a normal encounter in Arkham. Again, we've shuffled these up, so let's grab this one. Arkham encounter, it says, at Miskatonic University's administration building, you tell your story to the school's head librarian, and he has to roll a test. He gets to roll a test. He passes. If you pass, he agrees to help you gain the Professor Armitage unique asset. So great. So Jim Culver will gain the Professor unique asset. I'll grab that between the break. Next up is Trish Scarborough, the spy, in Istanbul, going for that clue. So here we go. It's our first research encounter. Black Goat research encounter. We are in a city. It says, in your nightmare, the chanting of the cult of the Black Goat threatens your sanity. Okay, so she has to do a test of will. And does she have any modifiers? No, that's fine. So she's going to test her will. And let's have her re-roll the focus as well. So she used her focus to re-roll, and she gets a 5. So if you pass, you remember the words when you wake up, and you gain this clue. So great. So Trish gains the clue in Istanbul. She's got 2 clues now, and that is going to wrap it up for our encounters phase. Let's move on to our Mythos phase. So we're going to grab our first Mythos card from the top of the deck here, and we get Eyes Everywhere. First up, we're going to advance the active omen to a blue, which corresponds to the pyramids. For each gate opened, we will advance doom by 1. So we advance doom by 1. Next, we're going to do a reckoning phase. The Nug, thankfully, is dead. Cultists are out of the play. We have a reckoning for Black Goat. It says spawn 1 monster on a random space. So spawn 1 monster on a random space. So we will go ahead and spawn a monster. Let's just grab it from the monster bag. So random space, we'll use the clue bag to grab our monster. So the space will be not the lake camp. Not Alexandria. Let's keep these on the side as we get these ones that we can just use them if we gain a token by a call. Space 11. Space 11 is here, and we can go ahead and grab a monster from the monster bag. And our monster is a cultist, and we put the cultist on space 11. So it says if there are 10 or more monsters on the game board. So reckoning is going to spawn lots of monsters for this one. And finally, do our spells have any reckonings? No. Okay, so that's going to do that. And then we're going to finally spawn a gate. So spawning a gate, we grab a new gate. It's on the Amazon. So here, right with Trish, she's got a gate. Not Trish, right with Diane Stanley, she's got a gate. We will grab a new monster there. And we get the firebug. So she can encounter that in the next turn. Okay, let's read Eyes Everywhere. Eyes Everywhere, it says, now that you know what to look for, you see them all around you. The man pretending to be asleep on the bench. The woman watching you in the reflection of the tobacconist's shop. The trio who have been following you since you left the station. They've been tracking your every move. Eyes Everywhere. Event. Each investigator rolls a die and then resolves the matching effect. So each investigator rolls a die. 2. Loses 2 health and 2 sanity. So Diane loses 2 and 2. Next up is Jim Culver. 2 also loses. 2 and 2. Lastly, Trish Scarborough. She gets a 1, loses 2 and 2. Okay, not good for these guys. All right, so that's going to do it for Eyes Everywhere. We made it through the Mythos phase, and we've also completed the Nug Epic Monster. So the active mystery is closed. We will draw a new active mystery, and we'll just place it here, and we'll surprise us in the beginning of turn 2 with that. And that's going to do it for turn 1. We'll see you guys in turn 2. Thanks for watching. Ring the bell, and we can keep you notified when our other games come out. And really appreciate you guys, your support. Leave a comment if I missed anything, and we'll talk to you in turn 2. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.